So everybody wants to learn how to meditate. So the question I have for everybody, so we're including all these guys in the whole thing too. I guess I should put myself in the middle for the recording. The question I have is, has anybody ever meditated?
Yes. I did with you.
With me, you've done it before. Have you ever done meditation?
Yep.
Anybody want to share the kind of what kind of meditation?
I did guided
Was
meditation.
it guided meditation? And it was like seeing things and walking through, like
Yeah.
walking on the beach, that kind of thing. And
I focus on just breathing type, really concentrating
on the breath, on the breath, right?
Some guided, some not.
Some
But
guided.
Buddhist.
Alright. So the kind of meditation I'm going to be sharing with you guys is what they call mindfulness meditation. And the object of doing this meditation is for us, it allows us to be more mindful through our whole day. All right? And to be more present. So we are where we are. All right? So when I want to ask everybody here, when you think of, well, it's obvious with a strong body can lift heavy things, could be flexible, strong. But how about a strong and flexible mind?
That's very important.
What comes to thought when you think of a strong and flexible mind?
Someone who can shift gears without having a lot of anxiety. Like when things come at them, they can take a situation and just move from one thing to the next without having any kind of hiccup. That to me is a strong.
They could deal with change.
Correct.
All right. Yeah, I agree. Someone who could deal with change in a good way, right? A great person that comes to mind to me is, a great person that comes to mind to me is, I don't know if you've got, well, you watched football, right?
Yes.
leather.
You're Dolphins,
Yes.
right? So Tom Brady,
Yes.
it's like unbelievable.
Hi, Jude.
Hey, Judy.
Hi.
Hi, hey, Roy. So, it's amazing how Tom Brady is just such a tremendous amount of pressure on him, right? He's known for coming back after, the team's losing, and somehow he has the focus and the stamina, doesn't get overwhelmed, and is able to concentrate,
So
right?
you should never use Tom Brady and the Dolphins in the same game. Okay, that's
All right. All right. But anyway, I think of that.
right.
And
A quarterback has to be strong to be able to handle it in their mind. A strong mind.
strong mind.
Correct.
Now, the other thing with having a strong mind is what we're saying is being present.
Correct.
All right. Because what we tend to do is we spend time thinking about what did happen,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or we spend time worrying about what's going to happen.
Correct. And I think a strong mind can handle situations and make good decisions, and just it comes right from their core. They don't have to. Should I say this to somebody? Shouldn't I say this to somebody? They say it.
They're being themselves. They're able to,
And yes, they're very kind, but also very firm in their rules, their expectations, and how they live their life.
And focus on this moment, not tomorrow, not yesterday.
Right.
Yes. Right.
For someone like myself who I've dealt with anxiety most of my life, and somehow I don't anymore. And I think a lot of it comes from, different training of working.
Work.
I've worked at it. And I've realized that, anxiety is that when you're worrying about what might happen, so you're totally not being present. you know, you're just not being present because you're worried about the possibility of what is,
What-
what if, what if. You don't even realize it's such a habitual place to be, you know, and there's an incredible amount of safety in the present, unless someone's actually pointing a gun at you, right? But most of the time, nobody is, right?
Right.
You know, usually it's things that, all right, you know, you can handle. You know, I'm actually going through a really hard time right now because my son looks like he has neurological Lyme's, right? So you know, my mind could very easily just go to those what ifs,
False evidence appearing real.
false fear, false evidence to be, you know. So, you know, worrying, what if, you know,
I didn't.
what if, and then I have to say, hey, I don't know that's gonna happen. You know, I really, you know, don't make something happen before it's even freaking happen. So anyway, that's to me part of having a strong mind, being present, and being present allows you to be more, I think, more loving.
Yes,
Would you
because,
agree with that?
yes, because people that you're with feel that you're more with them, attentive, that,
When you're present, yeah, and you could be more loving. You could be more there for people, right? If you're more present, you could, you allow yourself to feel more love. So, those are all good things. And you know, the studies now for meditation, all different scientific studies showing how much it improves your health. And I think it does that by allowing you to be more calmer, more present, and just saner. You know? So meditation really, to me, is a way of practicing having a strong mind. So it's just like, you know, if you want to have a strong body, you do push-ups, right? If you want to have a stronger mind and be able to be more present, the way of doing that is through meditation. And you know, a lot of people think of meditation as being like, oh, the spiritual, oh, you know, white robes, you know, like the spiritual meditating kind of, you know, like, yeah, I'm still spiritual and high and this and that. And that's all good and fine. But to me, it's just a way of being more present, more mindful, more loving. And it gives you the practice to be able to do that. So when you see yourself going in all these different directions, you have the practice of pulling yourself back and going, okay, I don't have to go. Yeah.
So during my readings and investigations of meditation, one of the things that I'd often read is being more mindful. And being more mindful is somewhat an ambiguous word, at least it was to me. But I realized that when I set the intention specifically on a certain type of value or action, that allowed me to become more mindful in that present moment. So for instance, practicing humility. Whenever, you know, just being here at the office, someone is having a rough day and they're bearing on me how they feel. My mindfulness, when I come back to it, says, hey, this person X, Y, and Z, and then I just think, and it breaks me out of the habitual action, wanting to respond a certain way, which is not mindfulness, that's habit of reaction.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So we all have these habits of how we react in different situations, which isn't right. You're not really being present. You're just falling back on the way you usually respond. Exactly. I have a way, like people talk to me, and part of me wants to just turn around and walk away.
and sometimes
Yeah.
you do,
And sometimes I do.
right, but you bring yourself,
But I bring myself back. Yeah, like when somebody's telling me, oh, this hurts and that hurts and this, and I'm going, oh, you get involved. And I just, I'm like, oh, and then I have to say, take a breath and you got to be present.
And you do.
I once took a class
You've seen me do that, walk away too.
and it was meditation, quote unquote, it was called 0 Point. Part of the class was to teach you if you're in a very stressful situation, go into another room and just bring yourself to center. And just do that for a couple of minutes and then go back out.
Go back. So if you meditate every day, it's kind of giving you the chance to kind of center yourself every day. So when you go out, you have more of a chance of
And
not getting caught
practicing
in
it regularly lets you bring yourself into that state
Yeah.
quickly.
It allows you to catch yourself more when you're not being mindful. That's the thing. So, so the exercise, the actual meditation, we're going to look at the breath. We're going to do a couple of things, but basically it's just being present with what is as we sit here. Does that make sense? So it's just, it's okay, what is it? So we have different senses, right? We have touch, right? So one of the things that we're going to do is you sit in your chair and you just feel your back up against the chair. You feel your body, right? The other thing is hearing. So when you actually listen to things all around you, that brings you back. It's just anything that brings you to where you are at that moment. So that's what the meditation. All right. So I'm gonna kind of everybody have a seat, comfortable, and there's I actually practice an open-eyed meditation, but we're not going to do that. That takes a little bit more practice. We're gonna start with closed-eye meditation. All right. And we're gonna do it for 5 minutes, and I'm going to be talking through it. One of the things that I'm going to talk about, and just to kind of get you ready, what's going to happen is that you're going to start thinking about things, right? As everybody says, oh, I can't meditate, I start thinking about it. That's totally normal. So the thinking could actually be part of meditation. So you notice that you're thinking, and you allow yourself to actually look at the thought and go, oh, wow, this is what I was thinking about. So you could be conscious that you were actually thinking. Does that make sense?
It's
It's just
very
not
hard to see what you're thinking, but don't get involved in it.
exactly. And the other thing is to be kind to yourself, because a lot of people find themselves thinking and they get pissed off at the stuff. Oh, I've been thinking. No, it's okay. It's okay to be thinking. Just notice that you're thinking. So one of the things I do is I just say to myself, thinking. Oh, I'm thinking. Oh, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about that. Okay. Then I go back to my breath, usually. All right. So I'm going to have everybody just close their eyes. All right. Let me get this. So close their eyes and put your hands on your thighs. Take 3 nice deep breaths. Notice your breath now. Just kind of breathe regularly. Don't worry if you're taking deep breaths, shallow breaths, it doesn't matter. Feel your breath. You could feel it in your gut, like in your diaphragm, or in your chest, or coming out of your nostrils. Pick a spot that's most comfortable for you. Just feel the inhale and the exhale. If you want, you could even count 10, 10, 10 breaths. Now feel your back and your buttocks up against the chair. Feel your whole body. And let your body dissolve into like a cloud of energy. So your feet, your legs, your fingers, and your arms, your whole body just turns, kind of loses its form. Just feel this cloud of energy. Go back to your breath, anchor in your breath. See if you could feel your body and your breathing at the same time. Now listen to all the sounds in the room. find yourself thinking, just watch the thought come and go. Start thinking. Go back to the breath. Look out into your visual field. Even with your eyes closed, you might notice that there's changes of light and shadow. Almost like you're looking out into an empty sky. Go back to your breath. I'm going to end the meditation just really focusing on the inhalation and the exhalation. Good. We actually meditated for 9 minutes instead of 5. That went fast. That went awful fast.
I feel much more relaxed.
Yeah, look, 8 minutes, man. Don't you feel more relaxed?
I do. There was one part though where I was thinking that I should look to see if you fell asleep because you were quiet for so long. I thought it made me fell asleep.
This meditation's never gonna end because you're sleeping.
I don't know why I did. I thought,
Anybody want to share their experience out in TV land there? Out in Zoom land?
That was good.
That was good? Judy, was that good for you?
Yeah, I've been meditating for many years, and it just feels good to come back into that space or non-space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I haven't done enough of lately.
Yeah, you could use it.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
even
yeah.
5-10 minutes. So, again, this is something that if you don't use it, it's not going to do you any good.
Mm-hmm.
And I do my best to do it every morning, and when I do it, I know it makes a difference for my day.
Yeah.
So I've actually been using an app, and I've been meditating now for 30 years,
Mm.
and I've been on, 2-week meditation, silent meditations where I'm meditating 8-9 hours a day and the whole bit. Now I'm using just like some app for 10 minutes a day, and I think it's awesome. Because I do it,
Yeah.
My busy schedule now, it allows me to actually do it. 10 minutes. It's not that hard to find 10 minutes in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You
What's the
know?
name of the app?
It's called Waking Up. And what I'll do is I could send you a free month. So when you come in, if
Mm.
anybody wants it, I'll send them a free month of the app. He has a different meditation every day. And I think it's great. I think it's been really helpful for me.
Okay.
So I highly recommend it.
How much is it a month?
You get a month for free, and then it's like 50, $60 a year.
Oh, that's not bad.
And I think he's great. I've listened to a couple of different apps, and this guy is a neuroscientist,
Mm.
and he's just a really interesting guy. And on the app, they have all these interviews with all these interesting people who, I think I just really like him. His name's Sam Harris.
Mm.
Waking Up. So anyway, I'll give you the app when you come in the office.
Okay, thank you.
All right? Yeah, 10 minutes, man. You just plug it in. You could do it for 10 or 20 minutes.
Hmm.
So that's could be easy.
Yeah.
All right. What I wanted to close with too is and you got to do it in the morning. If you don't do it in the morning, it's never going to freaking happen. And that goes along with the morning ritual workshop we had a couple of weeks ago. But if you don't do it in the morning, things, I know for me, man, the day just gets going. The second thing is, so why are we teaching this in a chiropractic office? Everybody remembers D.D. Palmer, the founder of chiropractic,
Hmm.
right? What D.D. Palmer said is that the main cause for subluxations are our thoughts.
No stress, yeah.
Right?
Interesting. Yeah.
If we could learn to work with our minds and work with our thoughts, we're going to be less subluxated.
It could put you out of business.
That'd be good. I'm ready to retire. No, I'm not.
Uh,
All right, love you guys, and we'll see you. We'll see you in the office.
Yep,
Yeah.
see you tomorrow.
Thanks for coming.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
good night.
Thanks for you guys for
Bye.
staying.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, during the meditation,